All right, Marlon, welcome to another class with me, where we're going to go through this time Trump tariffs on China. All right, we're going to have a hypothetical scenario where imagine a product that has an RSP of $1,000. What does RSP stand for?
OSP stands for retail selling price.
Correct. And this product is selling around about 475,000 units in a calendar year. Okay. It has a COGS of $317 per unit. What does COGS stand for?
COGS stands for cost of goods sold.
Correct. And it has an OPEX of $217 per unit. What does OPEX stand for?
Operational expenses.
That is correct. So what I want you to do now, I want you to calculate the revenue, the COGS, and the OPEX, as well as the gross profit and net income before you apply any Trump tariff, which is, by the way, going to be 145%. You with me?
Yes.
And later on, I want you to recalculate these metrics, applying a Trump tariff of 145%. Then we can compare the effects of it. All right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I'm going to use calculator, okay?
Absolutely.
So to get the revenue, you need to multiply RSP with the units.
Correct.
Which would do $475 million.
$475 million. Find out for me the total COGS now.
So to get to the entire COGS, not per unit, you need to multiply COGS with the units, which would do 150 million 575,000.
That's correct. Get me the OPEX now.
The OPEX would be, it's the OPEX multiplied by the unit, would be 103 million 75,000.
And remind me, what is the COGS formula and OPEX formula?
So the COGS formula is the units times multiplied by COGS per unit, which would do the entire COGS. And to get to OPEX, it's same thing, but you use OPEX instead of COGS.
That is correct. Okay. Now I want you to switch gears and get me the gross profit before Trump tax. What is going to be? First of all, what's the formula?
So the formula is the revenue minus the COGS.
Correct. So what is it going to be?
Which would be 324,425,000.
That is correct. Okay, now I want you to calculate the net income, but first tell us, what is the formula?
So the formula for net income is gross profit minus the OPEX.
Fantastic. So what's going to be?
It would be 221,350,000.
Fantastic. So you got everything correct. Well done, first of all. Now, what I want you to do is that I want you to apply the Trump tariff of 145% over those 5 matrices. But before we do so, we're going to look at obviously the per unit before we calculate the totals. So check out that red area with the per units, okay? So what financial metric is affected by Trump tariffs? Is it COGS or is it OPEX?
It's the COGS.
Absolutely. Yeah. So because the Trump tariff is applied on from the source, when you are sourcing the products, right? So the products that are coming from China but are going to be sold in the United States, so they will be applying a 145% over the cost of goods of these products that are coming from China. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so if that is the case, tell me now the new COGS. First of all, what is the tariff? What's the new tariff?
It's 145%.
Calculate the number.
And the number would do, it would do it would, yeah, 459
0.65.
dot,
That is correct.
yeah.
Okay. And that is the per unit. Thank you. All right, great. So you got the tariff, but not the new COGS. So we need to now get to the new COGS, which is cost of goods, previous cost of goods plus the new tariff. So what's the number?
The number would be, it would be, I'm gonna write it down, 776.65.
That is correct. Okay, now that you found out what is the new COGS, knowing that OPEX remains the same, I want you to recalculate all these 5 matrices that is required. Start with the revenue.
So to get to revenue, it's the RSP.
But is it changing though? I don't think the revenue is changing, right? Because the unit and RSP
Yeah,
doesn't change because of tariff, right?
yeah.
So we can
So
write
it will be the same amount.
correct. And we also know that OPEX will not change. So can we use the same amount as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me what's COGS gonna be.
So the COGS per unit
The COGS per unit
it
is
would be
770.65. Yeah.
368,908,750.
Let me double check that. Correct. That is correct, sir. 368,908,750. Okay, that is correct. Fantastic. All right. Now I want you to calculate the new gross profit and the new net income.
So to get to gross profit, it's the revenue minus COGS, which would do 106,091,250.
Ooh, wow, what a drop. Check out the before tariff and after tariff difference. The delta is huge. Wow, almost, is it 3 times? Yeah, it's three times. Yeah. The before tariff is 3 times higher than the after tariff. Look at the impact of that 145% Trump tariff, right? How about net
Yeah.
income?
So to get to net income is gross profit minus the OPEX, the new, like the name OPEX. So it would do 3,016,250.
What? What? Are we calculating it correct? I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I just double checked the calculation. That is correct. I mean, it's not even like, oh my God, 3 million, such a low number. See the destructive effect of tariffs. If all of it were applied to COGS, obviously it's going to be applied to COGS, on the net income and gross profit. Yeah, of course, there are different scenarios where a portion of that, could be charged to suppliers or could be charged to the consumer, pass on to the consumer by increasing the retail selling price. But now we isolated those examples just to check the COGS impact if we applied it all together into the COGS with no, I would say, action plan to mitigate it. So thank you, Marlon. Fantastic job. Excellent work. I hope our audiences understood a bit more on what's the tariff and the impact on the financial statements. Thank you.
Thank you.